Good morning, everyone. My name is Yeli Staley, and I am so happy and excited to know that you are here today, right this moment, making your meditation practice a priority. The more we practice, the more we stay consistent with our meditation, the more we get to enjoy the benefits that these type of practices offer us in such a many different levels. Not only physically, mentally, emotionally, but also it helps us to develop a sense of more confidence and self-love and self-compassion and become the best version you can be. It only takes one meditation at a time to discover this beautiful, never ending journey of how we can become better. And there is nothing wrong about the way we are, but it's just a path to discover our true, authentic self as we let go of the layers of condition and thinkings that sometimes can be harmful, sabotaging, and not very productive. Today, I want to start a mindful guided meditation series about our breath. And this is going to be a 20 minutes meditation to guide you as an introduction how to reconnect to your breath and the importance of the breath. I'm sure you have heard many times before that humans can survive many, many, many days, even weeks and months without food. We cannot even survive many minutes or even hours without our breath. Our breath is called and known in ancient traditions as the chi, the prana, the energy that sustain us in this physical vessel alive. The breath is a constant interaction of ourselves with our surroundings, our environment. As we collect oxygen coming in through the nose, we release carbon dioxide, CO2, to the environment, very much needed for the trees to produce oxygen. As you can see, there is this amazing, beautiful, powerful conscious awareness that we're all related, that we all need each other. And the breath, my friends, is one of the most important aspects, not only for keeping us alive, but to help us auto regulate our immune system and nerve system, even the lymphatic system, which are very, very important for uh, developing an optimal well. So, with that being said, we're going to have a very basic, because it's an introductory meditation to our breath. Sometimes we think we know how to breathe, we kind of believe that we know what we're doing. But with this meditation, I'm going to guide you in such a way that it's going to hopefully light up some balls and create a little bit more of appreciation for the process of breathing. So, when you feel ready, make sure you find your comfortable seated meditation position. And once you are settled, take a moment there. You can rest your eyes, you can close your eyes. Make sure your arms are resting by your side, so your shoulders, your neck is relaxed. It's always helpful in the beginning to give yourself a moment of silence just to arrive to your practice, to your body, to your breath. And also giving the mind an opportunity to slow down. And so, whatever it was that you were doing prior to this practice, see if you can just let it go. So, breathing is one of the most natural things that we do from our first breath to our last. We spend our entire life in a perpetual cycle of inhalation and exhalation. Yet, nobody really teaches us how to breathe, why we breathe, or the ways in which the breath is capable of influencing us emotionally, energetically, physically, and even spirituality, or how we can use our breath for a positive transformation. So, take a moment here to bring your attention to the breath. I want you to simply notice and avoid any type of manipulation. I want you to really follow your breath. Pay attention to sensations, quality, length, depth. Observe without judgment your breath. And I also want you to notice, how does the breath feel in your body and where? Do you feel it on your chest? Do you feel it on the belly? Are you even able to breathe down to your throat? Just notice. Notice where your inhale and exhale goes. So when we come to observing our breath, we need to understand that the breath has an immediate effect on our nerve system and direct influence to balance our nerve system. So one way for us to minimize any intense emotion is to become aware of our breath and do some mindful breathing techniques. So we're going to do one very basic today, and is the observation of the cycle of the breath. Once again, without manipulating the breath, notice the beginning of your inhale, the middle, and the very end of your inhale, and how that shift transfer into the beginning of your exhale, the middle, and the end of your exhale. Once again, shifting, transforming into the beginning of your inhale, middle, and end, starting your exhale, middle, and end. And that cycle goes on and on and on. However, each inhale and each exhale is unique. And the more you focus and observe this cycle, the more present you become. Your mind is so focused on following the breath that there nothing else matter except for breathing consciously, observing the cycle of the breath. As we observe the breath, just simply notice the tendencies to manipulate the breath, tendency to judge the breath, or even distractions that will take you out and away from the observation of the breath. So, why do we breathe? We breathe to live, as As I mentioned before, we can't survive without our breath. As we breathe in, we're taking oxygen straight into our cells so they can function, create energy, and remove waste. And it also has many more responsibility than just exchanging gases. Our breath affects our cardiovascular system to balance its function of the nerve system. It maintains and regulates the blood pH and affects how we fight for illness and diseases. So when we have good breathing practices, we can improve performance. We can help to increase our memory and learning and concentration, to boost our sex drive, digestion, and so much more. So continue notice and following that beginning of your inhale, the middle and the end, the beginning of your exhale, the middle and the end. Simply becoming familiar and aware of the natural flow of your breath. You might start to notice that your breath gets a little bit more relaxed. Maybe there is a point that you feel that you are barely breathing, and your whole body, your muscles, your eyes, your mind are starting to get into deeper states of relaxation as you continue noticing that cycle, gentle, of the breath. And now I want you to move your awareness from your nose, the nostrils, down into your throat as you continue following the beginning of the breath, the very end of your exhale. Notice if you feel any breath in your throat. And if you don't force it, we're just simply observe. Beginning of your inhale, the middle, and the end. Beginning of your exhale, middle, and and over that cycle continues to anchor your attention right this moment. Now move your awareness down into the top of the chest where the clavicle rests. Notice if there is any movement, sensation of the breath as you continue following the cycle of the breath. We're not trying to manipulate our experience. We're just simply observing what it is as we stay with our breath. Notice if you have any sensations as you continue following the breath around your abdomen. Now just simply come back to your nose and continue to notice every breath in through the nose, every breath out through the nose. Feeling that air coming in, perhaps a little cooler. Just notice after you do that shift into an exhale, how the air perhaps becomes a little bit humid or warmer. Just letting the wave of the breath keep your attention in the moment. Stay focused. Anytime you find distraction, come back to your breath, gently coming in, out of your nose. Letting the breath do its natural thing. Continue exchanging oxygen for CO2, carbon dioxide. Just continue breathing naturally and notice your energy level. And then now simply let go of that observation of the breath. See if you can expand your awareness into the whole body. Notice your energy level. Notice your muscular tension, perhaps feeling a little bit more relaxed. As you continue sitting nice and tall, expand your awareness to your surroundings. And start to perhaps develop a sense of gratitude and appreciation for what's keeping you alive, which is your breath. It's a constant giving and receiving exchange with your surroundings. Every breath you take in, it's a life, gift, experience, and every exchange as you exhale, it's a sense of gratitude for that inhale. You feel ready, gently start moving your fingers and your toes. Maybe you move the neck side to side, your head side to side. Maybe you bring the head, the chin down to the chest, just to bring some movement around the neck and the shoulders. And then slowly bring your head back to center and gently, kindly open your eyes. So, thank you for joining me today for this intro to the journey of the breath. Today was a very uh, basic meditation, mindful meditation about observing and appreciating the cycle of the breath. And that attention helps sometimes also to calm down the mind. And there is a point in the meditation that perhaps your breath is barely moving, which is a good indication that we are in complete relaxation, the perfect state of being for homeostasis. So, if this practice was very challenging for you, I recommend and suggest and advise you to try it as often as you need to until you become familiar with that cycle, natural pace of the breath without having the need to manipulate the breath. I thank you once again for taking time for your practice, for letting me guide you through this practice. And I hope to see you very soon on our next session for mindfulness of the breath. And until then, I wish you a peaceful day. Thank you so much for joining me. It's always a pleasure to see you. Thank you.